What's going on, guys? Creator here. This is the premiere episode of This Week in Wrestling, episode one. That's why it's premiere. This episode one. Before I start, I just want to this kind of the live chat over. I was going to mute it, so I could just see if anybody's talking. The chat will be live. It will be on my screen on the left. Well, obviously, you can't see it, but it will be a screen, so I can just keep looking back at the chat, just make sure my comments, I'm missing nobody comments. But besides that, I think we're good. So always gonna be one viewer. That's probably gonna be me. Look, guys, I'm looking at the comment section. Make sure I don't miss anybody comments. But okay, we're about to get started. First things first. As you can see, I am using my old microphone. Hopefully, it's good quality so you guys can actually hear me. Sadly, my Yeti will not be coming until this Wednesday. So the second episode will have the good audio that you guys are gonna be looking for. Oh, we have 2 viewers already, so that's good. So somebody is actually already watching in chat. So that's cool. That's actually kind of cool already. I know we're back to one, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, my Yeti will not be coming until Wednesday, so that the good quality audio you guys will be looking for won't be here until the second episode of Creator Talk, so bear with me here. Otherwise, if you guys are watching like today's stream, just comment. So basically, the whole point in this stream, this might be Rocky's first episode, try to get things together. The whole point of the stream is you guys interacting. For you wrestling fans at least, you guys can interact in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about the topics I'm talking about, wrestling, just all that good stuff. Comment section. If you guys also want to bring in some guests too, if you guys are actually watching. If you guys are watching, if you actually want to come on the call with me and discuss some things on the topics I'm talking about wrestling, we could do that as well. Like I said, it's pretty much interaction stream. We also meet talk about wrestling at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that part. So let me bring up my notes so we can get started. Okay. So we're gonna take it all the way back to Sunday, this last Sunday, my notes. So this is gonna be a minute. So before we actually get to the Fastlane event, I do want to cover some other things that happened in the World Wrestling. I won't be covering just that. We are also be covering the rumors, headlines, all the breaking news stuff. Kind of show off views, entertaining, say I'm actually not lying about the news. I'm just going to just tell you that what's been reported, and I want to give my thoughts on it. Just give me 1 second. Notes before we actually get to Fastlane. With some Joe and others, just wrestling rumors, book video. Let's talk about can happen with Goldberg versus Kevin Owens, Steven Richards, let's just get. Oh, here's an interesting article we can start off with. One for my notes. Steven Richards, if you guys remember who he is, he's how should I say, for the casual audience, he was on ECW for a short time. I know he's obviously been here. He's been in the original ECW for a while. So Steve Richards was talking. He did an interview with a website, and he was talking about how like crowds hijack show. This actually a good subject to actually start because it's Monday Night Raw. We was in Chicago, and Chicago has CM Punk's hometown, so we're gonna have those fans with CM Punk, regardless the fact that he's been going for almost 3 years now. So the issue, so in my personal opinion, first, Steve Richards actually said, I think the guys work harder than they ever have. Unnecessarily, crowds can hijack shows now. They can take control of their own chance to get themselves over. It's kind of productive. I'm not saying people need to be spoon fed and fall in like the wrestlers do, but it's like these people go to show but it's like these people go to show to not have a good time. They try to sabotage shows. These guys work every bit, if not harder, than we did back in the day. But we were able to lead people to storylines and one end, and they can sit back, enjoy the ride. Now these people are trying to drive a car. I wouldn't say that there's a huge difference between the talent and the product. There's difference between society and the way people react to this type of entertainment. Now, my personal view of this is that I feel like it all depends on the crowd. Because I'm actually from Philadelphia. Philadelphia is actually a hardcore wrestling crowd. You know, the old ECW arena. Everybody remembers Royal Rumble 2015 when Roman Reigns won. We all know what happened there. I think we actually started a New Day sucks chant too, which actually put them over as well as the top heels in the company at the time. But in terms of hijacking crowd, I get it because I want to bring us a couple examples of some matches. Last year, I forgot what city it was in. They hijacked the whole crowd, was screwed it up. I forgot what women's match it was. It was one of them involved Becky Lynch Raw, and they did not. I think it was in Chicago too. They chanted CM Punk. Nobody cared. It was actually a good match. I forgot. I think it was one of the matches between Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, and nobody cared because they all chanted CM Punk. And it's like they're taking away from the match. Even if it's good or not, we can't tell because the crap. Because what's going to be happening on TV is that the casual viewer watching on TV or the casual fan even watching in the crowd itself and be distracted by everybody just chanting these wild things. And the CM Punk chant is starting to get annoying. Now, the what chant sometimes I can handle because sometimes work with the promo, especially if it's a heel talk. You saying what? Like, I obviously understand the person you're saying what because he's a heel, but sometimes when the face does it, that's because it's just a snarky crowd. They just want to act all cool and hip. But what you call it? I lost my train of thought. But when people who chant, the most annoying chant is the CM Punk chant. So every time we go to church, not even Chicago, it's any city, some fans will chant CM Punk, and he's like, CM Punk, look, he did have an impact in WWE for those years, 2011 to what I'll say 2000, well 2011, 2014, basically to his final run. But it's like it's over and done with. He's not here. He said multiple times he's never coming back to WWE. So why chant him? Why chant a guy who publicly said he would not come back to the sport that you guys actually like? Just besides the fact you guys are just being assholes, basically, because take away from the match. I forgot what match was to involve the Ascension, but it's not just the Ascension. It's just when you chant CM Punk, it makes WWE believe, oh, these guys don't even care about this match. We're not going to feature these guys. It's the reason why we have like Tyler Breeze and the Ascension not up there as they should be, because it's like when you chant stuff like CM Punk, that's gonna make WWE believe, hey, they don't care. So what's the point of you showcase you guys don't even care about it? They're gonna chant somebody who hasn't been here for what at this point 2 or 3 years. So why would we even put like why we put these guys up? They obviously don't care, and that's gonna be WWE's mindset, which is a great segue because then they asked him about not understanding unique talents like Shinsuke Nakamura. I heard somewhere that Hunter, Triple H, so he wasn't ready for the main roster where he needs to scale Nakamura. I mean, the guy had Tokyo Dome shows countless times. I think sometimes Vince doesn't understand something a bit different. There's a part of me who thinks Nakamura would be an emperor or something stupid like that when he goes to the main roster. Nakamura is so charismatic. Vince might say, I don't know why he staggers around like he has no bone in his body. What if fans are paying attention? I think that's something that he just doesn't understand. This is a perfect thing to talk about Shinsuke Nakamura. Not just Shinsuke Nakamura, but all the indie guys that are coming now to WWE. Shinsuke Nakamura is one of those rare examples, one of those rare, I say foreign examples that he's a great superstar who's not American. Rusev, let's take Rusev for example. He's great. He's probably one of the best heels on Raw roster right now. But it seems like Vince McMahon will not give him a chance. Why did I say that? Because the second the brand split happened, guess what feud he got himself into? Roman Reigns for the United States title, and guess who won at the end? Roman Reigns. What's funny in that feud is that despite the fact that Roman Reigns was supposed to be the face and Rusev was supposed to be the heel, the way the story was made, it made Roman Reigns look like more of a dick than Rusev. Because all Rusev was trying to do was protect his honor of his wife. Roman Reigns kept disrespecting her. It wasn't even really about the title at that point. It was just him just trying to defend the honor of his wife. But even still, just because he's foreign, he was made out the bad guy. But my overall point is that Rusev is actually good talent, and I feel like he should have won. Even though I get Roman Reigns was the facing the situation, but he really even have a good United States title run. They should just kept the title over Rusev. Rusev needed him more than Roman Reigns, but that's besides the point. Somebody like Shinsuke Nakamura career on NXT. He's done at this point. Like for example, take over Orlando the day before WrestleMania. After this, if he doesn't win the NXT title, I can't see him stay on NXT because like he's Samoa Joe was there way longer than he should have. He should have been gone uh, the second he lost the NXT title. The second time they made him wait a couple months, like after he lost it in December. It was until like late January. He should have been called. In my opinion, he should have been called up at Roadblock. They waited till Rumble, which I guess was a bigger impact, but they actually he should have called Roadblock. The point is that when Shinsuke Nakamura gets called up, will Vince McMahon actually pay attention, see why is he so good? I'm shocked. I'll give him credit where credit is due. AJ Styles. I would have never thought in a million years Vince McMahon would give AJ Styles a chance. Look what he did. He gave him the WWE World Heavyweight title in his first year in WWE. That shows that he does listen to the fans somewhat, or probably somebody had to tell him that. AJ Styles is good. He went straight to the main roster and he already WWE champion. Gallows Anderson. They are good. They're not presented well on TV. They are good, and they are currently the Raw Tag Team Champions. So I guess it really all depends. I feel like Vince McMahon only sees it purely through crowd reaction. He saw the reactions AJ Styles gets. Even to this day, he's the heel, the bad guy, but he gets cheered all the time if he sees the face. Not even against John Cena, even against Dean Ambrose, he was kept getting cheered as if he was the face. So I feel like what's going to happen is people will be cheering for Shinsuke Nakamura when he gets in the main roster. The issue is because he's foreign, will he actually get him? And not only that, it's like, think about it. I want you to really think about this for a second, David. When have we ever had a top Japanese star competing on the like main events? Not Yoshitatsu, not Funaki, not Tajiri, sadly, because Tajiri is so good. And so was Funaki and them. Well, not Yoshitatsu, he was whatever. But like people like Funaki and Tajiri, they were good for who they were, and Missing there never treated them like an actual star. Except for now, Tajiri to take it as just Cruiserweight Classic. I think they are taking Tajiri a little bit more serious, like, and so is Akira Tozawa. Well, at least they're pushing Akira Tozawa in Cruiserweight division. But I'm talking about on the main roster with the main event level people. It's hard to say because this is a different beast now with Shinsuke Nakamura. So get his new era. All these indie people are coming, and will he like willingly accept? Yes, despite him not built from the WWE. This guy is good enough to attract fans. He can attract the NXT fans, but those just pretty much are hardcore fans from WWE in general. But he can attract them. So it just remains to be seen how it'll be in main roster. I feel like he's gonna be called up the day after WrestleMania. It makes so much sense because Shinsuke Nakamura doesn't need to stay down there. Ty Dillinger can become the next face of NXT because he pretty much already is. It's just he's getting shined out by Shinsuke Nakamura. Byron can be the top heel, all as well in NXT, and then Ty Dillinger could call it up. I guess probably within the next year. But for right now, Ty Dillinger could be the next face of the next team, I think. And then the story there too. If Bobby Roode remains NXT champion, and Ty Dillinger say, "Hey, I still owe you one for beating me," and then what better story is that he becomes the NXT champion? But that's just me. Yeah, that was actually a long rant. And the last thing Steve Richards said was that if Impact Wrestling is going to be WWE, no, I'm not meaning that bothering. They're just not. what I don't know. The issue with TNA, I will just say this: whoever is owning them now, I think it's the Anthem company or whoever. I think they know what they're doing. But when Dixie Carter had, mm-mm. Because if that's the case, we wouldn't have AJ Styles right now. We wouldn't have Samoa Joe right now. We would have Austin Aries right now. They would have never left TNA to come to WWE if TNA was actually doing something right to them. Clearly, they weren't. It was clearly pushing the old guys back then, like Hulk Hogan and Sting. No offense, Sting, but you. My point is, they were still pushing those guys and the old guys compared to new talent. The original talent that they had, basically, they continue to decide to push WWE. For example, Bully Ray, which is Bubba Ray, RVD at the time, Bobby Lashley, who was WWE. They kept pushing those guys that the original talent has been that company since day one. It was like crap over there. He can't see the world champion. Guess who lost to? RVD. And then already lost to Jeff Hardy. He's like these WWE people, not the original people that TNA had since day one of the company. That's why I said why I think AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Austin Aries. Now they're actually getting the stage that they deserve, and people know who they are. And I'm happy that those guys who actually deserve it are actually in a company that actually will want them to be successful. TNA, I don't know what to do. I think the current company is doing good with them because they are pushing original names that came from this company. I mean, EC3, even despite him being NXT, he's been better off in Impact Wrestling. I thought the established names already at WWE. They decided to put him on Impact Wrestling just because they had that WWE name. That was the whole point. TNA, all they ever did was try to steal the WWE talent once they got released, like MVP, for example, just so they could say, hey, we took one of yours, even though obviously WWE probably didn't need him in the first place, if that was the case. I mean, there's a few sections like Drew Galloway and whatnot, but TNA as a whole for the past, I say 5 years now, they could keep it WWE. We'll see how this year goes. The new company over them, but I doubt that would do anything. But I know that was a long rant. I do apologize, guys. And some viewers watching. Oh, what's up, Ron Craig? No, you're cool. You say sorry, you're late. I want him to go to SmackDown. I feel like he would do better. You talked Shinsuke Nakamura, right? I kept saying, me and my brother kept saying, which main roster is he gonna go to? Raw, SmackDown. I feel like he should go to SmackDown, in my opinion. Raw they already have Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. You don't need Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, granted, I know SmackDown is a shorter show, but think about the feuds we can have with Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dean Ambrose. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles to reunite the feud from New Japan. Shinsuke Nakamura from versus John Cena, obviously. That's bound to happen. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bray Wyatt. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton. The list goes. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kurt Hawkins. I'm kidding. But like, obviously, hell, I'm a fan of Kurt Hawkins. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a fan of Kurt Hawkins. But you get my point. My point is that I feel like Shinsuke Nakamura would be better off on SmackDown. Just like how I feel like the Revival would be better off on SmackDown than it is Raw. Raw has already they do kind of have a stacked tag team. You know, SmackDown has more tag teams. I think. I feel like the Revival strive better off of SmackDown, just like how the Ascension. I don't know what they're doing with the Ascension. I love the Ascension. I don't know what they're doing at the moment. They teased the fact that they might have won at the Elimination Chamber, but they screwed them. And they screwed them again the next SmackDown. Hopefully, Ascension does better. But yeah, to answer your question, Shinsuke Nakamura, I feel like he should go to the SmackDown brand. And dealers, TNA, what exactly? The only thing I know TNA is trying to do is they're trying to all I know is that Jeff Jarrett's back. I know yeah, you might tell me. The only thing I know is that Jeff Jarrett's back, and that's one of the main reasons why Matt Hardy left. Otherwise, I really have no idea what's going on with TNA. I personally don't care. I read up on him sometimes in wrestling news, but otherwise, I don't really care what he's doing. Moving on back to my notes. More Hardy. Did that happen this week? I know. I mean, well, Matt and Jeff Hardy obviously went to Ring of Honor, but that happened kind of previous week because we thought it was gonna be rumored that they was going to WWE. which I kind of knew it wasn't because I don't think because basically Matt Hardy wants full rights to his broken gimmick, and WWE's not having that. Uh, so I don't know how even you're gonna even work in WWE his gimmick like that because you're so different. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're not coming to WWE since the match is what's else to my notes? Yeah. Okay, so it's that page. All right, we can talk about Fastlane because that's pretty much the next important thing that I'm seeing. So let's talk about Fastlane. All right, so let's talk about Fastlane because that's the only thing I see next to my notes. That's where. Oh yeah, they are suing the Hardys. Yes. Oh yeah, I did hear about that because my Hardy's wife, I think, tweeted about that. So yeah, it's kind of stupid when you think about it because I feel like just give the Matt Hardy. That's his gimmick. TNA didn't make it up. TNA, hell, they were so into it. I feel like TNA wasn't the owner because since it aired on Impact TV, who cares? Matt Hardy's one came out. TNA could have think something smart as this. I do admit the broken gimmick in a way because Matt Hardy's able to nail the character, but um, it's his. It's his. Just give it to him. Just let him keep it. Like TNA, just take the L on this. Don't try to claim something that's not yours. So, and then I think TC, like their father, has nothing to do with it. That I heard that Tina didn't pay him at all just to be on TV, which is weird. If you be on TV, you should get paid regardless, especially on the entertainment aspect of the show, especially wrestling. You should get paid because all the bumps you take just for filming. So, I feel like he should have. I will pull up, you know what? Because I know I will pull up her tweets because they are in my notes. So I'll probably later. Yeah, I mean, I did vaguely read some of her tweets, so I will read them later when I go through. I'm just going through my list in order, so I won't get confused. But I am definitely going to read up her tweets. I'm going to pull them up on the screen actually once I start reading them. So let me breeze through these Fastlane results real quick, so I go over them in my opinion. So Fastlane happened this Sunday. I actually missed the kickoff show because I was actually getting food for my family. I was getting them Panda Express, and I bought my own Chinese food. So all I know is that I think Akira and what you call it won. So yeah, but the most jarring, actually, I'll get to that jarring part when it actually happens fastly. You're gonna know what I'm talking about. We're actually gonna get to the event itself. Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn. Now, I like this match, but the issue with this, the Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn was a good match. I thought it was a great way to kick off the show. Why not have two great people like Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe to kick off the show and make the crowd get excited? And that's just perfectly fine. And I already knew Samoa Joe was going to win. The issue I have isn't with the match itself. It's that the match didn't have enough time because what happened later. And before I spoil it, obviously you guys should know, but I just want to say this. We all knew the main event was going to be shorter than people thought. So give more time to the matches that were already announced prior to Sunday. After this match was only like 9 minutes long, seems it, but it was still a great match regardless. But the match was oh shit, my computer cut off. My computer didn't cut off. I actually turned off my monitor. I was trying to get my phone because somebody notified me or something. But the issue I have is that the match was short because they decided to do something to show us I'm about to get into. Why didn't this add more time to it? What they did in the middle, there was no need for. At least they should have. If they would have announced it on Raw before Fastlane, I had issue with factors was completely unannounced. It's just completely. I think it killed the momentum for the show. I don't think the crowd was really into it after that because it was like, what the hell? Otherwise, Sami Zayn Samoa Joe match was good. I already knew Samoa Joe was going to win King Club. Sami Zayn is probably the best seller now. He's probably better than Dolph Ziggler. I will admit that in terms of selling moves. He just knows how to move his feet and like make his feet like tremble when people are just attacking him. It's good. It's good. The next match was Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Big Cass. It is more for the Raw Tag Team Championship. This match was actually better than I thought it was. I wasn't really expecting much out of Enzo and Big Cass. I knew they were good. I used to watch them when they was in NXT, but ever since they came up the main roster, besides the promos, what have they think about? What have they actually done that made a good impact? The last big impact you got from them is when Big Cass alone was in that Fatal 4-Way match for the Universal title. Other than that, they haven't done really anything that has such a good impact. But this match shows that they can go. They're not just all talk; they can actually go. This was a very good match. The ending was somewhat sloppy, but I get why they did that because they don't want to think about it. If Enzo and Cass was just lost straight cleanly, it wouldn't have, they would have pretty much had no reason to deserve another rematch that they're getting right now. They first had to go past Sheamus and Cesaro. But the way it was actually was kind of sloppy. Basically, what happened at the end was Carl Anderson hit him with his knee, the running knee or running kick, I should say, running Buddha Doom. I don't know what it's called, but and so Maury had his foot on the rope. The referee's counted, but Luke Gallows pushed it. So the referee wouldn't see, and they still counted 3. So Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson are still the Raw Tag Team champion. I hope this is gonna lead to I feel like what's going to happen at WrestleMania, this is just my dream prediction. Finn Balor is going to show up somehow at WrestleMania and help Enzo Cass and Balor Club is formed. That's what I think is going to happen. Balor Club is going to be, I feel like the Balor Club is going to be formed before. It has to be formed before. I think it's going to be either at WrestleMania or the Raw after WrestleMania the next night. The Balor Club will be formed in the coming weeks. I'm telling you, it just makes sense. Finn Balor is not going to be faced. There's too many faces already on Raw. Make Finn Balor face wouldn't make any sense. So can really have Seth Rollins at face. Basically, we don't need Finn Balor anymore to be face. So we can switch that up. Next, Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks. This was actually better than the Royal Rumble kickoff because Royal Rumble kickoff just showed it was one-sided. Nia Jax completely destroyed Sasha Banks. This one actually shows Sasha Banks could actually go with Nia Jax because it was kind of weird how Sasha Banks went from having that great feud with Charlotte over the Raw Women's Championship for those couple months, just completely destroyed and got resorted to the kickoff show. Not saying nothing bad about Nia Jax, but destroyed by Nia Jax kickoff show. At least Sasha Banks. I didn't care if Sasha Banks won. I was expecting Nia Jax win. But I just wanted to show that at least Sasha Banks can still, like, actually, win a match. Can they make it sound like you can win a match against Nia Jax? And I get it, fighting Nia Jax uphill battle, but at least show, you can even show him where Rumble kickoff show how like she couldn't even do anything. But kind of weird. So Sasha Banks rolled her up, despite the fact that Nia Jax is almost 3 times her size, and Nia Jax couldn't push her off for the cradle pin. Not the cradle pin, I forgot what it's called. But she couldn't push her off. That was kind of weird. Just so weird. But Sasha Banks won. However, I will not condone what she did later in the night, which I'll explain when I get to it. We're finally at the part I want to talk about. Now, before I even get to that, let's see if anybody comment. Yeah, she possibly easy. That pay-per-view was booty butt cheeks. I could see it. Yeah, the paper. In my opinion, pay-per-view was good up until the night after Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks. The pay-per-view went up until and it resumed back, in my opinion, to Jack Gallagher versus Neville. That middle part, I don't know what the hell happened. We're about to explain it right now. So, Fastlane. Prior to what I'm about to say, on kickoff show, Mick Foley announced that Rusev and Jinder Mahal, in 2017 was going to have a pay-per-view match. Both of them are going to be single matches tonight. Now, the second I realized this, me and my brother looked at each other. We was like, okay, we already knew the Universal title was going to be short. It was going to be that short. And Jinder Mahal versus Cesaro was the first match. Here's the issue. The match itself was fine. Jinder Mahal shocked me, the fact that he can actually go. This was more than a 5-minute match. fine. And then Rusev and Big Show. Well, before I'm not gonna get Rusev Big Show. Basically, what happened is Jinder Mahal and Cesaro. Cesaro obviously won, but Jinder Mahal. This is you have a laugh because when the last time I actually seen Jinder Mahal on a pay per view? It's funny. And Jinder Mahal actually on a pay per view in a singles match on a pay per view. It's like, where the hell did that come from? That came out of left field. I mean, Jinder Mahal showed that if taken seriously, given time, he can actually wrestle a decent match. And Cesaro was probably the perfect one for you. Obviously Cesaro was going to win. And then we get to the burial of Rusev. And he fought the Big Show. Big Show destroyed Rusev. Three choke slams and a knockout punch. Whatever. If this is the build up, the Shaq match that is still rumored, even though it's like 3 weeks to WrestleMania, so they should have been had it at this point if they were going to do it. That's fine. With this is that why was this completely thrown together at the last minute? If had they announced these two matches on Raw, there would be no issue because I would have knew what I was expecting in the show. I get Davies full of surprises, but this is not the surprise I was looking for. This completely killed momentum in the match because I was to assume matches that you gave me it would be a show. If they already knew how short the Universal title match was going to be, why didn't you give it more time to, again, matches that would have benefited the most with more time would have been the first two matches, which was Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe and a Raw Tag Team title. I felt like both of them ended short than they should have. If let's think about this for a second. So it was like around 5 minutes, right? Full 5 minute match. Had they not had that, the Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn match would have been 14 minutes long. That's a great open. That crowd would have popped. They would have been hot the whole night to get a 14-minute match. Hell, because we know they could go 45 minutes. They did the best 2 out of 3 falls the whole show in NXT before. And then if you gave versus Enzo and Cass, they're like 3 minutes with Rusev and Big Show, it would have showed the crowd would have Enzo and Big Cass can also go. But these two matches, again, I don't take nothing away from Rusev or Big Show or Cesaro or hell, even Jinder Mahal. It's just the fact that the issue with this match that should have been on the card, they should have gained more time those first two matches. And I guarantee you Fastlane would have been a better pay-per-view than what it was. These two matches completely killed the momentum of the show because it was completely out of nowhere. Left field happened an hour before the show even started. It just completely killed the momentum of the show, in my opinion, at least. But thankfully, hold on. I know Jinder Mahal. I swear, how did he not get checked out for the suspension yet? He not get suspended for a wellness violation. He's freaking buff. Why somebody check if he's taking if he's taking some pills, he's taking something. I don't care. He is way too buff. But thankfully, we go to the match that pretty much saved the show after that, which was Gallagher. Now, let's talk about the cruiserweights for 1 second. Up until this point, actually, I'll lie. Before Neville became the cruiserweight champion, before Neville even got brought in the cruiserweight division, Cruiserweight Classic, perfectly fine. Probably the greatest thing that happened over the summer, in my opinion. The tournament was great. Grand Metalik is freaking awesome. We should see more Grand. I want more Grand Metalik. I want my Grand Metalik versus Jerry rematch. Damn it! But after that, the issue with the cruiserweight division, I don't think it's necessarily the cruiserweights. It's just the fact that it's hard to say because on one hand, I kept telling my brother, just keep them in Full Sail, not put them on NXT, but just tape weights on Full Sail. I get that they'd be at Raw, but for the 205 live show, it should just be filmed at Full Sail. And I get maybe probably some complications with that because they're going to do so much at the Full Sail University. But it's like the casual audience just doesn't really care that much before, at least beforehand, at least. Because, like, first of all, how do you expect them to care after a 2-hour show, Smackdown, your second main show of the week? How do you expect them to care about the casual fan at least to care, and they watch whole other people they barely know up until this year. It's like it's not gonna work, and it killed momentum for the cruiserweight. Because the cruiserweight, what people don't understand, the cruiserweights actually put out, given the time that they have, they actually put out some good matches and the stories are there. It's just a casual audience and the crowd does not care. Luckily, the two matches back to back on Sunday were at good crowds, so those people actually care. Now versus Jack Gallagher blew me away. By God, if this was the match that those crew they've been putting on this whole time, people would have actually cared. And not only that, it was also part of what the crowd was too, but it was the fact that this match was so good. Jesus, those I can feel those headshots that Jack Gallagher was giving Neville. And then when Neville did that red arrow, he hit hard. He sold it perfectly. That the impact was so great that Neville had to literally flip over him and do a handstand just to level himself so he could lay on his back in the ring. That match was amazing. It brought the momentum back because those two other matches prior just killed the momentum. But Jack Gallagher versus Neville was amazing. Hopefully Jack Gallagher gets another title shot. Jack Gallagher is doing great. He, in my opinion, actually, before Austin Aries showed up, I'm kind of spoiling it. Before Austin Aries showed up, I felt like Jack Gallagher was pretty much the top face, at least for the cruiserweight division. TJ Perkins got lost in the dust. I'm sorry, but Jack Gallagher is pretty much the top face, the face of cruiserweight division. Now it's Neville's top heel, and the fact that these two collide, it was a great match. It was good. Now let's talk about Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. I'm not even gonna talk about the New Day stuff because I don't know what they're doing the New Day. They're longest reigning tag team champions. Now they're gonna get it. They're the host of WrestleMania. They're gonna debut the ice cream stuff basically, and that's all fine and good. Who doesn't want ice cream? New Day, just turn them heel, please. Just let them do something. Just turn them heel. Like you're pretty much killing their momentum at this point. It's Braun Strowman. Now, this accomplished two things in my opinion. I disagree with the fact that Roman Reigns, and not because I hate Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns didn't need to win this. At least if he was gonna win, let it win by like disqualification or something. Because this showed how good Braun Strowman was. Before this, Braun Strowman always worked with somebody who's actually good in the ring. This is work with somebody who's on equal level as him in terms of can he actually carry the match. And I don't know who carried who in this match. It was pretty much balanced enough. But Braun Strowman showed that he is a star in this match. I mean, again, he kicked out the spear. Before this, name somebody who actually kicked out of Roman Reigns' spear. Exactly. Nobody had ever kicked out a spear before. He took it the wrong way. And again, when he climbed up the top rope, oh my God. I was like, wait, is he actually going to jump successfully hit it? Obviously, he didn't. But the fact that he could easily climb up the rope and just stand there perfectly fine, it's like, wow, this for a guy this big, he is so, and he's so quick in the ring too for a guy his size. Remember that kick up that he did in Raw against Big Show? Amazing. I disagree with the fact that Roman Reigns won, but again, Braun Strowman, he became a star. At least, I mean, I was already a fan of Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was the best thing on Raw besides Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Ever since the brand split, Braun Strowman has been the second best thing on Raw, in my opinion, besides Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. But that night at least proved that Braun Strowman was in control. Star. So yeah. Hopefully they actually do something with Braun Strowman. Oh, who's your favorite high flyer? Jose, you said who's my favorite high flyer? Are you talking about what what was the best match on the card? Were you talking about Neville versus Cesaro? You talking Neville versus Jack Gallagher, the best match on the card? I'll get back to you that when you tell me. Who's your favorite high flyer? High flyer. Are you talking about the cruiserweight division in general, or just who my favorite high flyer, Jose? If you're more clear, I can elaborate more. So, do you mean who's my favorite high flyer division, or who's my favorite high flyer overall? And then can we talk about his shoes again? If you can elaborate on who you're talking about, Brian, I got you. Yeah, Gallagher versus Neville. Okay, so yeah, like I said, Neville. besides, I think that was hands down the matches the night, and that's funny because the cruiserweight match, and before that, the cruiserweight match was pretty much shunned from Roman Reigns shoes. Oh my god! Now before we talk about that, yeah, Jack Gallagher versus Neville, that was the best match on the card because cruiserweights can do that was that match was cruiserweight classic quality good. It was so good. And they gave them time. That was the main issue the whole time with the cruiserweight. They actually gave them time. They gave them the right amount of time. It showed how good Jack Gallagher is. It shows how good Neville was. He was able to went from a face who became a high flyer to now a heel who works basically ground based moves. Perfect. That so I'm so glad they turned heel. But those two personalities collide. It was a hard hitting match. It was good. It showed that the cruiserweight matches can go as long as you can just give them time. If you that's why 205 Live is always better for the cruiserweights than Raw itself. I get that. No, but I'm it's kind of not true because Raw showed that they have a good cruiserweight match on Raw as well. It's just the fact that you just give them time. That's all you need is time. And cruiserweight matches can put on those matches like cruiserweight classics people actually care about. Now, let's Jose. Again, you have to be more specific. Do you mean the cruiserweights, but or overall, who's the best high flyer in WWE? If you elaborate on that more, if you actually tell me specifically what you mean by either the cruiserweight's the best high flyer or who's the best high flyer overall, I will answer your question. But let's talk about Roman Reigns' shoes real quick. When he first came out, I was like, "What the hell is that?" His whole that those shoes alone, I had to look back. I was like, let me just look at previous Monday. He was wearing boots. Those shoes threw him the hell off. I was like, what the hell is he? Is like it's like is he running track or something? I don't know. Okay, you said cruiserweights. I'm gonna get to your question and say, yeah, I was like, is he like running track or something? Like Roman Reigns shoes, the white light, the white killed it for me. I was like, I cannot take this guy. Always, as I wrote something on Twitter, Roman Reigns shoes. It was what possessed like did he lose his boots during in like the airport or something? It was just ridiculous how Roman Reigns wearing those shoes. It completely killed it for you. That's why I could even take him seriously. I was so into well, luckily again they put on Braun Strowman put on a good match, but it's like I just been joking the whole time with just Roman Reigns shoes. It was just so ridiculous. Where did he get it from? It's just completely threw off his outfit. I never how out of touch his outfit is the second he put on those sneakers. I actually, again, I literally made me stop and had to relook at the previous Raw to see what the fuck was he wearing in the Raw boots. He always wore boots. Those sneakers. He's like he was wearing Nikes. I don't know. I really don't know. Those shoes were ridiculous. Oh my god. Demi Factor Roman Reigns that night with those sneakers. He like winning wasn't good enough for me, but those sneakers pretty much that put him over for me. I don't know. And cruiserweights, Jose, there's only one person. They were $540. Really? Wait, why would you wear them out to the wrestling ring? They could just if I was Braun Strowman who knew that, I would just stepped on the shoes. I would just stepped on the shoes. What are they? Air Jordans? I don't know what they were. Roman Reigns shoes. But Jose, best cruiserweight in my opinion, even though technically you only been in one match on the main roster, Grand Metalik. Nobody can touch Grand Metalik. If you've seen his matches in CMLL, if that's wherever Mexico promotion he was in, oh my God, this stuff. There's a reason why they call him King of the Rose. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. There's a reason why he's called King of the Rose. Jesus Christ, this guy was Grand Metalik. It's amazing. It's funny. I think he was the one who opened the Cruiserweight Classic match. Before that, I was rooting for Brian Kendrick and Tajiri. That very first match, I think it was Grand Metalik. Second, the second he performed, it made me switch my opinion. I was like, I swear, I want this guy to win. I don't know who he is, but I want this guy to win. This guy is freaking amazing. And he went all the way to the final. I felt like TJ Ferguson had one because clearly the crowd was more. They hated him ever since when he beat Kota Ibushi, and he might as well gave a Grand Metal League. I get it, TJ Ferguson attracts the kids because of the video game gimmick, but it's like thing. But it's like, come on, Grand Metal League is so amazing. He only been on one match from 205 Live. You haven't seen like the past 2 weeks. Just come on. I want my Grand Metal League versus Tajiri match because their match, in my opinion, people always talk about Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. People talk about during Cruiserweight Jack Colabushi versus Cedric Alexander, Colabushi versus Brian Kendrick. My favorite match of the whole card was Grand Metal League versus Jerry. Those people they killed it in that match. You want a Kota versus Zack Sabre. Everybody wanted Kota versus Zack Sabre during the Cruiserweight Classic. They threw us a curveball. I mean, again, I wanted Green Metal League to win, but I wanted to see Kota versus Zack Sabre. Who didn't want to see that? I get it because they didn't sign with WWE, but it's like do why I mean I get WWE's position. Why let them win if they're not even going to sign with the company? It would make no sense. So I got the reason why, but it's like, hey, and I had no idea the hybrid of shoes and socks. I had no idea those shoes were. It's just those shoes were ridiculous in my opinion. Hell, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would have bought the shoes myself. I'm just saying. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Oh, so Kota's back in New Japan. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. At least he's doing something. I mean, I know he was in Dusty Rhodes Trash Team Classic at one point, but at least he's doing something. What is your favorite era in WWE? Jose, I will get to your question, but let me just finish this fast ring review real quick, and then I'll get to your question. My favorite era in WWE. Okay. So let me just get to let me just finish watching this watching. Let me finish discussing the Fastlane. I'll get to what's my favorite era in WWE. So Bayley versus here's a good one. Bayley versus Charlotte for the World Women's Championship. That the ending threw me the hell off. How the hell any other time this would have happened? It would have been disqualification. How the hell did Sasha Banks get away with this? Sasha Banks came down the ring. She did not hit Charlotte. She grabbed her. She technically didn't hit her. Regardless, the referee, the second Sasha even touched her, even though Charlotte did reverse it, it should have been disqualification. It would have accomplished two things. Charlotte would have still been unbeaten in pay-per-views, technically, even though she didn't win the title, and Bayley would still been women's champion, Charlotte still kept the pay-per-view record. And Fastlane is weird. I get the whole surprise aspect of it, but it's like Banks Hill, I don't know what will. Cause it was ridiculous. How did Bayley not get disqualified? I have no idea. How did Charlotte not win by disqualification? I have no idea. It was weird. In my opinion, they should have let Bayley beat her undefeated pay-per-view streak at WrestleMania. Even if Bayley was still gonna be wrong too, that was the issue. Just defeat her pay-per-view streak at WrestleMania. But it made much more sense in my opinion. And then we get to the final match of the card. Goldberg versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. People have mixed opinions on this. So it was fine. I'm not gonna say it's a good match because I can't really judge a match in 22 seconds. I'm fine with what happened because I already expected it. What did you guys expect? Goldberg wrestled a minute. Did you honestly believe that they was gonna let Kevin Owens go on longer than Brock Lesnar? Did you honestly believe that? If people were honestly expecting an actual match out of it, because people who don't know what happened, it was 22 seconds, you probably missed it. What happened was Kevin Owens, Goldberg was about to fight Kevin before the bell even run. Kevin Owens got getting out of the ring. And then when Kevin Owens said, let's do this, I actually do this for real. Chris Jericho made his return to distract Kevin Owens for that split second. The referee rang the bell. So one spear, one jackhammer, done. Goldberg is your new Universal Champion, which means at WrestleMania we're gonna get Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. I'll give my thoughts on how I feel about that when I get to Raw, how the championship match, how I actually feel about that. But what was people expecting? What was people expecting? We all let's face. If people actually thought going to win this match, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, in a perfect world, I would have wanted Kevin Owens to win the match. But realistically, what did you think was going to happen? This is Goldberg's first, just how many years? How many years? Over a decade, almost a decade and a half. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? People shouldn't have been spread. I don't get why the backlash. We all knew what was going to happen. If we all knew what was going to happen, why are people complaining? It's just ridiculous, in my opinion. We all knew it was going to happen with that. And that was pretty much Fastlane. Overall, it was fine. But it's just we all knew what was going to happen, basically, with that. So, Jose, you see what's my favorite era in WWE? Up until a couple months ago, I would have said the Attitude Era because I was born with the Attitude Era. Um, the Attitude Era was my childhood. Introduced me to one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, still is to this day, Undertaker. But I feel like this new era of WWE is probably the best era in my opinion because it showed. What people don't understand is that the Attitude Era, story driven. If you really look back at it, it was more story driven than match driven, in my opinion. I like a good wrestling match. And I like a good story. If you fuse both of those two together, then you put on something good. It was more storyline driven. Let's face facts here. Don't get me wrong, but it was more highly focused on the story. It's perfectly fine. But if you can't get that most, if you can't get that most blend of at the same time, then it's like whatever. This new era of WWE, especially for NXT, they're nailing it in terms of, in my opinion, at least terms of stories and matches. NXT is a perfect example. Simple stories, get the point. Right now, with the brand split, they've put on some good story. What they're doing with the brand split, they're doing long-term storylines. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. This has been building since August when they first became a team. So let's think about this. This has been an 8 month storyline, basically, if you think about it. Just like Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, it's been an 8 month storyline. Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, they became friends, became best of friends. Kevin Owens became Universal Champion. Chris Jericho made sure every single time Chris Jericho will stay Universal Champion. Kevin Owens has so much faith in him and he trusted him that he allowed him to pin Roman Reigns so he could become United States Champion. That's how much they trust each other. Then that friendship ended the second the Goldberg match. Even though I feel like it ended because Triple H told him to backstage. I feel like that ended there. So I kind of feel like he's kind of lying there. But just this story has been so the Festival of Friendship was probably the best segment I've seen in years on Running That Raw promo wise. I'm sure segment wise, it was probably the best thing I've seen in years. It was executed so well. But that's been an 8 month story. Reno and Bray Wyatt, great story on SmackDown too. Been building up since September, and I was going to conclude at WrestleMania. It's just they're doing these long term storylines that they make you get invested in. Let's be realistic here. If this was only a 1 or 2 month thing between Caldo and Chris Jericho, who would he care? Nobody. They made us care because we're going for 8 months. If you can make me care and let me stay caring for the 8 months of build, then you're doing something right. Same thing with Randy and Bray Wyatt. When the first few started, nobody really cared. But it turned to an interesting dynamic when I said Roman Reigns, Randy Orton decided to join the Wyatt family. That made it much more interesting. I think it worked ever since then. But yeah, I actually prefer the new era right now over the Attitude Era. Attitude Era is great. I have Attitude Era shirt. Undertaker's my favorite wrestler. Triple H is my second favorite wrestler. Shawn Michaels my third favorite wrestler. So on. All my favorite wrestlers of all time are from the Attitude Era. I just feel like the new era right now is taking over, even though it's probably not as popular as for the hardcore fan. I feel like the new era is actually taking over, in my opinion, at least. And what did you say? Thinking about you said Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. Yeah, matches. The match probably won't be more than 5 minutes in mine. I'll give him 5 minutes. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. The thing is gonna irk me the most if that match goes on last. The match that goes on last should be Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Despite no matter what people say, they deserve it. In my opinion, it should have been Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for Universal title at WrestleMania, but we can't all win now, can we? Um, show Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt solely because of the fact that Randy Orton was Royal Rumble winner. The whole point is for your post to main event WrestleMania. Now the term main event has been changed multiple times in WWE. It's because you're the main event, that doesn't mean you're the last match of the show. I completely understand that. But if that was the case, you could have either let Goldberg or Brock Lesnar when we're on like really wanted to go on last. I mean, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton should go on last, regardless of what people think. Even if people don't like story or not, Randy Orton has that right when considered for the Royal Rumble to go on last, and Bray Wyatt has that right as WWE champion to have the last entrance of the show. That's in my opinion. Because again, we all know Goldberg Brock Lesnar probably less than 5 minutes. If it's more than 5 minutes, I'll be shocked and I'll completely admit I was wrong. But Bray Wyatt, yeah, see, yeah, Brian, you agree with me. Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton should go on last, in my opinion. My brother said that it's not, but it should go on, even regardless of what people think. It's solely because of the fact that Randy Orton became Royal Rumble winner. Because otherwise, it would be breaking tradition since what? Since WrestleMania 29. Ever since WrestleMania 29, the winner of the Royal Rumble match has always main evented WrestleMania. So now, it's like I don't see the point. They might as well just let Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt go on last. Let's go over my notes. Tom Phillips. You heard about Tom Phillips situation? For you guys who haven't, basically, there's some allegedly, the photo going around. Allegedly, he is cheating on either his wife or fiance. I don't know, by texting his girl some very interesting comments, I should say. Let's read them out, shall we? Let's read it. Where's the photo? I mean, I was gonna say this is a PG show. Nah, it's not a PG show. Let's look at that text message, shall we? For some reason, I can't find it all of a sudden. It's weird. Ah, got it. Let me pull it up real quick. Uh, you guys can see it, right? I don't know if you guys can see it on yeah. So here it is. Basically, this is allegedly this is what happened. I know he was actually a high profile WWE commentator, Tom Phillips. Clearly, he was obviously flirting with her, and you see text right there. That's pretty much been the best thing of the week. He sent my seat with a massive and a 4-hour flight ahead. I'm going to face fuck this shit out of you. That is what he said. Tom Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't watch What Culture, that's what making fun of his whole time. His dinosaur bone. It's probably been the best thing to happen all week with Tom Phillips. Oh my god, this is so hilarious. Tom Phillips. If you guys can see it right there, it's so good. So good. So good. So yeah, that's a quick thing right there. It was hilarious. Yep, Tom the Face Fucker Phillips. Oh my god. It was hilarious. Yeah, he said Goldberg is gonna be 3 minutes of suplexes. Yeah, it's gonna be a quick match. Brock Lesnar's obviously going to win, but it is gonna be a quick match. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Yeah, Tom the Face Fucker. Yep. If I can bring back any retired wrestler, Sting. I'll say Sting. because I wanted to see simple only fact that I wanted to see Undertaker versus Sting. Who didn't want to see that? Retire for all I care. Sting, I want Sting to come back if he didn't have to retire. I wanted Undertaker versus Sting. Who didn't want to see that? Can I say that him talking about Women's History Month is like the last thing I want him to do? I know. This could be an interesting month. Like the irony of that, him talking about Women's History Month, him introducing it, like we know we would like the knowledge of Women's History Month. Do you now, Tom? Because you obviously treat women with respect. Your own wife who's engaged, like, do you? Well, this is all allegedly, but I know, do you, Tom? Do you really? It's Tom Phillips. Wow, he dug himself in a hole. Surprised JBL and Mauro Nala had not made fun of him yet on commentary. I didn't hear no fly remarks about that. And like I said, it was a Sting. I would want Sting to come back to face Undertaker. Blah, blah, blah. All right, what's up? I guess we can move on to Raw. I don't see anything. Oh yeah, Alberto Del Rio went up to how he returned it. Impact. I mean, he didn't return. He debuted on Impact Wrestling. He became the Impact Wrestling champion over some controversy. Blah blah blah. Again, I don't want you guys to think that I actually really hate TNA with a passion. I want them to succeed because if they succeed, it'll make that you actually try harder than what they're doing. But it's like Impact Wrestling. It's like beating a dead horse at this point. What are they doing? I admit the only good thing they had going for them was Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, but now they're gone. I get it's probably like a rebuilding period for them, but until they actually do something convincing, I don't think they will ever be a threat to WWE. That's why WWE's not taking them seriously. So it's like whatever. Yeah. To Raw. I don't see anything. Ryback's weird. He be talking some crazy stuff on this podcast. You keep rambling. I feel like half these stories he makes up. Like the rumored match at WrestleMania 32 was originally because this man promised him he could face AJ Styles so he could destroy him. Yeah, right. Could you imagine Ryback destroying AJ Styles? AJ Styles wrestles circles around him. That would have never happened. This man, he lied to him. That would have never happened. AJ Styles losing Ryback. What? No. Again, like I said before, the rumor match, Shaq and Big Show, they that they're still coming. You know, it's only like how many weeks left at WrestleMania? I don't care. We have officially 1, 2. We have 3 more Raws to build to WrestleMania. Here's I'm calling right now. If nothing happens between Big Show and Shaq this week on Raw, then the match is not happening because they have 3 Raws to build this up. So, not going to happen this week. It's not going to happen WrestleMania at all, in my opinion. It's just not going to happen. They have 3 weeks to build it up. So I don't know what they're doing. This is Universe. What else? Let's see anything about right that here. Right, that should be do something. I guess we can go on Monday Night Raw. Okay, I don't see anything in my notes. Oh yeah. Rick Rude is gonna be inducted to the Hall of Fame. Ricky Steamboat. I'm glad Rick Rude's going to the Hall of Fame. Again, let's talk about the Hall of Fame real quick. Actually, before I do, any comments? Blocked his Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, he did. Tom Phillips did block his Instagram and Twitter. Now Raw is gonna be in Philly next week. And it's gonna buy ticket. I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Raw, the last Raw for WrestleMania. I know, but sadly, I had to buy a camera. Sacrifice had to be made. If I never would have bought my camera, I would have been bought to take go to Monday Night Raw. But then I realized they announced the Royal Rumble for Philadelphia, so you see amount of money to go to Royal Rumble. That 4-day event, the NXT Takeover event, the Raw and the SmackDown in the Royal Rumble, all is going to be happening in Philadelphia. So, no, I completely understand it. After what happened at Fastlane, it's fine. I feel like the last Raw is going to be good. That last Raw at WrestleMania is going to be good. I feel like it is. You won't be disappointed at last Raw. It's going to be Philadelphia. It can't, because the last Raw to end in Philadelphia. Here's an interesting thing I find ironic. The last Raw, the last Raw in Philadelphia that happened the week before WrestleMania was the one before WrestleMania 28, which had a confrontation between Undertaker, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels, which I thought was the best way to end the last Raw for WrestleMania, was those three in the ring. So that was good. If we have that kind of caliber that they ended off with there, I think that Raw in Philadelphia is good. I'm not going, sadly. I wish I could if I didn't buy the camera, but I had to buy my camera. I'm not going to personally be going, but hopefully the Royal Rumble is going to be good. Yeah. Yeah. I am going to talk. Before I end the podcast, I want to go over Raw, SmackDown, 205 NXT. I will talk about the WrestleMania card, how it is right now. I completely agree with you. I feel like SmackDown has the better shaping card going into it, and I will explain that. So, without any further ado, let me. I think we're about to head into Raw. Uh, yep. Okay, so we can go to Raw. Okay. Raw took place this Monday with Chris Jericho. Explain why he did it. He felt like he got stabbed in the back. He even missed that he was did the same thing to Kevin Owens, but he didn't because he actually felt like he was a friend. Kevin Owens came out, said that he did it. Like his usefulness ended the second he accepted Goldberg's challenge, and Chris Jericho said he wants his revenge. He said no problem, he'll fight him at WrestleMania as long as he puts up the United States title. Afterwards, those two got into a brawl. Came out, Samoa Joe came out. That eventually led to Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in a one-on-one match. Before that, let's discuss. Actually, I'll save the match. Well, I mean, it makes Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens versus for the United States title. WrestleMania. I'll go over the WrestleMania card before the end of the show. Next, we move on to Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Obviously, bestseller. He keep racking up these losses. Kevin Owens to win this, he had to make him look strong, make him look serious. Before he tried to fight Chris Jericho, his former best friend. He said that he wasn't really his best friend. He said he was really only his best friend. Look what he did to him. But it has to make Kevin Owens look strong. So I understand. Sami Zayn, he should hope he pick up some couple wins before WrestleMania, hopefully. And then we get on to probably, again, match on the card. Cruiserweight title. 2 nights in a row, the Cruiserweight stole the show. 2 nights in a row. This match was incredible. Did you see? Oh my God! Did you see when the first time outside of the ring to the ring, Rich Swann flipped up and he landed right. He landed so perfectly. It was so weird. Rich Swann was so out of it. It was just I never seen anything like that before. That was perfect. And then obviously Neville won, but this was a great back and forth. That's super. God, when cruiserweights do super kicks, I feel like they be kicking their freaking heads off. Like when Rich Swann did super kick Noam Dar on Raw a few months back, by God, this was before Survivor Series. That super kick, I felt for Noam Dar that day. I thought his head got taken off. If I was looking at the screen, I would have thought Noam Dar's head got taken off. But Jesus Christ, kicks those kicks is just so amazing. I don't know what happened after that. Austin Aries came out and interviewed Neville, and Neville kept saying there's nobody left, and Neville said, I mean, Austin Aries really could have crowd Kim chanting Austin Aries, Austin Aries. I was so happy this was happening. Nelson, you can't obviously be thinking about yourself. He said, "Look, I'm just gonna make this is not more of a question. He knocked out Neville with the microphone. Then he did his finishing with his elbow, the turning elbow when he runs to the ropes. And obviously, Austin Aries is back. He finally truly made his debut on the main roster. So it's not actually confirmed to be Neville versus Austin Aries yet. I'll get into that in 205. But as obviously is leaning towards that, I'm so glad Austin Aries is finally on the main roster. Truly, I know he's been on the main roster technically this whole time, but I'm so glad he actually is on the main roster. Yeah, Fight Forever 2017, Kato and Sami Zayn. It's funny because they kept saying next time they would fight each other, but obviously that's not the case. But hey, I'm not complaining because it lead us to some great matches that they kept having on Raw, so I'm not complaining. What happened after this? Goldberg came out. I didn't really care about the segment. Goldberg came out. They was chanting. The only redeeming factor, the only redeeming part of this whole thing is that when Goldberg came out and it was chanting CM Punk again, this was Chicago, Goldberg kept shaking his head like, yeah, I guess he thought this was a good chant. I personally don't think Goldberg knows who CM Punk is. That made me believe that. It was like, okay, he doesn't even know what's going on. Paul Heyman came out. Obviously, Paul Heyman's the best promo maker in the universe, in my opinion. Brock Lesnar came out, tried to shake his head. Paul Heyman called Goldberg bitch. Or he didn't be Brock Lesnar's bitch. Lesnar hit Goldberg F5, finally actually doing something to him after between November to now. Brock Lesnar could not even touch Goldberg. I actually got his revenge. We had the Raw tag team match with Gallows and Anderson versus his own Cass. It was fine. Just very much more of a story thing because what happened was Enzo accidentally fell into Cesaro with his coffee. Cesaro was obviously pissed, came to the ring. They got disqualified. So obviously, again, Gallows and Anderson are still the Raw Tag Team Champions. So next week we're going to have Sheamus, Cesaro versus Enzo and Cass. The winner becomes the number one contenders for Raw Tag Team title at WrestleMania. So there's that. Akira Tozawa versus Ari Daivari. Again, when you give the cruise, even though this wasn't really the most that they could have gave cruiserweights. Daivari is actually very underrated. He is actually pretty good. That mini feud that he had with Jack Gallagher 205 Live was actually good. It was good. You know, Jack Gallagher always got way of upper hand than Daivari. Daivari is actually good. Daivari actually like him. He's good. Obviously, Akira Tozawa is going to win. It was totally the first storyline piece to go after Brian Kendrick. He said he'll give him an answer on 205 Live, which led to 205 Live. So there's that. Chat. Yeah, I know Goldberg took a bump for the first time ever besides that choke slam he gave him. And it's funny because Goldberg kept holding the title the whole time. Like, yo, let go of the title. Right, let's have you up on the F5. It was ridiculous. So there's that. We had the New Day versus Shining Stars. The Shining Stars, despite how horrible, I actually find their gimmick actually hilarious because they're pretty much scam artists. They're Mexican scam artists. I feel like that's hilarious. And everybody almost gets that joke. Primo Epico. They're good. Primo Epico are actually good. You have to remember they were unified tag team champions before. People don't remember that. But obviously don't take them seriously. Obviously New Day was going to win this. I don't know. I guess we would have more idea what they're going to do with New Day after WrestleMania, after they become host. And then we have the Bayley versus Mick Foley segment. The Bayley Mick Foley segment. This was all over the place, in my opinion. I don't know what the hell they were doing. I get Bayley. She's like, yeah, I didn't want to win this way with Charlotte because Sasha helped me. I didn't really need Sasha's help. She was debating on giving her title, like making it vacate because she felt like she didn't deserve it. And then the whole way of how they when went about announcing the women's match for WrestleMania. So basically, it was going to be Charlotte versus Bailey for the Royal Women's title. Same man came out, and then Sasha Banks came out, said she wants a match too. Charlotte doesn't deserve it. Charlotte was saying how she was robbed. So McFoley originally said next week it was going to be Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. If Sasha Banks wins, it would become a triple threat match. Was that implying that, like, it was so weird? I think the way they worded it wrong, because what happened, that made me, at first, I was really believe Bailey had no challenge. It was going to be Charlotte versus Sasha next week. Winner will face Bailey at WrestleMania. But in the way it was so off. And then I think Stephanie McMahon finally corrected and said, no, what's going to happen this week is going to be Charlotte. I mean, it's going to be Bailey versus Sasha. And if Sasha wins, it becomes a triple threat. So what the hell was the point of the match next week? It was so weird. It was weird. And then obviously Charlotte versus Bailey. It was a good match. Obviously, it was their best matches that they had in NXT, but it was good nonetheless. Sasha Banks won, so it's going to be a triple threat. After match, Charlotte hit both Banks and Bailey, so right now it's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. But we all know where this is going. It's not going to be a triple threat. It's going to be a fatal four-way, because it'll be stupid to leave Nia Jax out of this. I'm just saying. They would be stupid enough to leave Nia Jax out of this. And then we get to the whole Triple H thing is Seth Rollins. It was a good promo with Seth Rollins, showing him rehab thing. His 24 special is actually very good. Hopefully, people actually look at that. And Triple H. Now, the words Triple H used, he said, if Seth Rollins shows up to WrestleMania, it's going to be a nightmare for him. If you could read between the lines, I think he's referencing Finn Balor. Finn Balor, the demon, the nightmare. He's a nightmare when he becomes a demon. I think he's applying Finn Balor's going to attack him, just like how the story was Samoa Joe. Well, people, it's been rumored for the longest that Seth Rollins versus Triple H is going to be happening at WrestleMania. I don't think it is, because they would have been announced the match. If they don't, here's what I'm thinking: if they don't announce the match this Monday, it's not going to be a match. They keep saying that Rollins is going to show up at WrestleMania. That's it. I don't think it's actually going to be a match at WrestleMania. I think it's just going to be a promo segment, which is going to eventually lead up to Finn Balor attacking Seth Rollins, and then the Balor Club, which is going to consist of Finn Balor, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe. I'm calling it. I am calling it, because Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens seem like it's already a team anyway. They're on alliance with each other with Triple H. Makes more sense to make them join the club. Imagine how unstoppable that club would be. Nobody will be able to touch them. I'm just saying. Then we have Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho. Samoa Joe won by making Chris Jericho pass out to go clean clutch outside. But Chris Jericho one last thing to get to him when he hit Samoa Joe with a code breaker when Samoa Joe tried to attack him. He went inside the ring. And then we have the last thing of the night, which is Braun Strowman calling out Roman Reigns. He called out Roman Reigns. Instead, got the returning Undertaker. Braun Strowman didn't actually even touch the Undertaker. He just left the ring. Undertaker's about to leave the ring. Roman Reigns came out. Obviously, I don't know what they were thinking, how the reaction of the crowd was going to go. But, yeah. I don't know what he thinks was going to happen. Roman Reigns said this is his yard now. Undertaker and Roman Reigns but looked at WrestleMania. Obviously, we all know this is going. Roman Reigns versus Undertaker, has officially been announced. Roman Reigns versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, and that ended Raw. Before I go any further, guys, I will be right back. Consider this like I don't know. I think the way they're playing it off right now is smart. If you're referring to Seth Rollins or Triple H, yes, I agree. I don't personally think it's going to be a match. I don't think it's going to be a match. I don't think it is. But my mouth, I have dried up. Basically, let me get something to drink. I should have brought a water with me while I was doing this podcast anyway. So I'll be right back, guys. Right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get my little drink right here. 'Cause again, I'm kind of parched. Been talking for almost an hour without even drinking anything, so that's my mistake. Next time when I do these long shows, I'm gonna actually bring a water bottle with me, so I don't have to go back and forth. So let's move on, shall we? We already just covered Raw, so yeah. You're talking about something. I don't think it's gonna be a match. They're playing this smart because they haven't actually said this match. All they kept saying that it's going to be um he's just gonna show up, which is smart in my opinion because I think it's already two matches. There's already too many matches on the card anyway for it to be a match. So we just got to see. Um, Now we move on. Matt Hardy files trademark for this broken gimmick. Okay. Oh yeah, this wasn't the same week. Jack Swagger is apparently trying to get his release from WWE. WWE ain't have that shit, so he had to cancel his scheduled appearance in this UK show. So that's funny. Jack Hardy is still technically with WWE, despite the fact that WWE is obviously not using him correctly, but they won't let him go just yet. Just yet, they will not let him go. So there's that. Uh, Cranial comments on the "you suck" chant. It's funny, "you suck" chants because at this point, it's not that Kurt Angle sucks. Just "you suck" chants is just so synonymous with his name and his entrance. It's like, yeah, we had to say "you suck" every time. I remember when the Hall of Fame package when he was saying how they showed Kurt Angle and they playing the song. All they kept saying is "you suck." Dun, dun. Now again, it's not because Kurt Angle sucks. It's just the chant itself is so synonymous with his interest. You just have to say it. Uh, blah. Yeah. Backlash is coming to. I was obviously still SmackDown, but it's gonna happen early May instead of September, which is interesting. So I wonder what it's gonna be in September pay per view. They might do more. They might move No Mercy. I don't know what's happening, but at least we're getting Backlash sooner. It's actually going back to its original spot right after WrestleMania, so that's kind of interesting. Chris Jericho apparently had a new shirt to benefit the general diabetes or something like that. Oh yeah. I did see that shirt. I forgot. Like I said, Rick Rude became the Hall of Fame announcement. Wait, breaking news. He killed. Oh shit, he did. Time he came back to NXT. Really? Let me see. Interesting. I had no idea. Let me see. Thank you for telling me that. Let me see. We got some breaking news on this week in wrestling. Thanks to Ron Crane. He'll tell me. Yep, Hideo Itami's back. Who does he have? Who is he GTSing? Who is that? Just some random person? Who is that? All I see is a grief. Uh oh, to Richard Moss. Okay, that's who he did it to. Hideo Itami's back. Cool. The issue with Hideo Itami is that he just keep dealing. He just kept he's kept getting dealt a bad hand. He's kept getting dealt a bad hand. It's just when he came back from his injury that he's been out for almost a year. It was like, yo, and then he just got injured again. He's about to go to a few of Austin Aries, but then I, oh wait, oh he had to super kick Buddy Murphy. Come on, Buddy Murphy deserves better. I like this half face beat that he did at one live event, but oh, he had to kick Buddy Murphy too, man. But good to see Hideo Itami back. Before Shinsuke Nakamura goes to main roster, I want to see Hideo Itami versus Shinsuke Nakamura, just see who's the better Japanese person. But yeah, again, it's just Hideo Itami just got dealt a bad hand because he just got injured right after he about to go in this feud with Austin Aries, so it's just so sad. I feel bad for the guy. I really feel for him, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Hideo Itami, hold on. Yeah, it is what it is. Sadly, Fidel. So let's move on. But thank you for telling that, Ron. That is cool. He did tell me back. Hopefully, he does some stuff at the next takeover. I know he's like be at this takeover, but hope he does some stuff in the next takeover. Maybe he might feud against Aleister Black. Who knows? Who's Tommy in? I don't know. You know he's about to debut. Like I said, number one contender tag team match gonna be on Raw next week. Triple H says Nightmare waiting for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Again, is applying for the Balor. I feel like Nakamura is going to return this week in NXT, which we will go over. Oh, yeah, Emelina. Let's talk about Emelina and Emma. Well, they aired on Raw saying that now Emelina for 17 weeks. We've been seeing the makeover from Emma to Emelina. Now we're going to see the makeover from Emelina to Emma. What was the point? What was the point? What was the point? Just make Emma go back to Emma. We don't need to wait weeks upon. Let me just drink the rest of the soda. What was the point? What was the point? Just let Emma come at evil Emma and let's just debut Raw because Raw needs some more women. Because think about it, the only Raw women we have is Charlotte, Sasha, Nia, Alicia, Bailey. That's it. That's it. We need Emma. Because Paige isn't here at the moment. Summer Rae's in here at the moment. So we need them. Best of club. I think we're about to move into Smackdown. Yep. I do have a lot of stuff to say about Smackdown, actually. Yeah, let's not. She was a fucking cock tease. Oh yeah, yeah. You're talking about Emma. Yeah, it's just I don't know what they were doing. Apparently, the rumor was that she wasn't fully committed to the Emelina character, so he decided to put it back to Emma. Which I completely understand because she perfectly. There was nothing wrong with evil Emma when she was evil. There was nothing wrong with it. So it was like I didn't see what was the point of I didn't see what's the point of even changing her character to begin with. It was kind of stupid in my opinion. So there's that. They should never change the character in my opinion. That's just me at least. That's just me. Uh oh my gosh. Uh-huh. They about to move into Smackdown. Yep. We're besides the fact that Triple H Finn Balor was returning to they actually returned today at a live event in the 6-man tag. It was yesterday in the 6-man tag. So it was Finn Balor, Chris Jericho, and it was Finn Balor, Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn versus Triple H, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe. Why are we not having these matches on Raw? I don't know. It's only having at live events. I heard it's a great match. Finn Balor is back, so it's only a matter of time for sure. I feel like showed up WrestleMania turn heel, but that's just me. Let's go to SmackDown, I guess. I don't see anything. Yep, let's go to SmackDown. All right. So SmackDown kicked off with that promo with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. It's basically telling us what we already knew: Randy Orton versus AJ Styles WrestleMania. Here's my issue with this segment. A week prior, we already knew they announced on Twitter. It was NW.com. It was Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. Why did we have like a 15-minute, 10-minute promo on this? It was going to be Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan announcing the fact that it was going to be AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. The only reason why I saw this happen because they wanted to establish the fact that Shane McMahon vouched for AJ Styles to be in the main event WrestleMania, which would make sense in the story later on. But it did not have to be with this long because the issue with this segment is that what's the one thing we was missing at this week's SmackDown? The tag team division. We had no tag team match on SmackDown featuring none of the tag team division. Because SmackDown's only what people understand. SmackDown's only 2 hour show. They can only show so much. Granted, Talkie Smack is pretty much a godsend to SmackDown. Can actually give them more character development, which is perfectly fine. But there was no tag teams whatsoever on this week's SmackDown, and that's the issue because this promo went over way too long. So it just pretty much killed any chance to see any other. They had to cut something. I feel like they cut the tag team match that was probably going to happen on SmackDown. Never happened. So we had no tag team from the tag team division. What we did have was John Cena and Nikki Bella versus James Ellsworth and Carmella. This was the first time in history. Actually, before that, AJ Styles they confronted Daniel Bryan and man. But John Cena versus Nikki Bella versus John Cena and Nikki Bella versus James Ellsworth versus Carmella. It was the first time in history John Cena and Nikki Bella ever teamed up. It was fine. Whatever y'all knew was gonna happen. It's been a comedy match because y'all knew it was gonna happen. The best thing would happen afterward. Miz and Maurice pretty much trashing John Cena and Bella. Miz has been the best heel on the roster this year is the Miz. Besides AJ Styles, is the Miz hands down. It's just nobody could touch the Miz right now in terms of being a heel. He's been this good. He's been on fire. Sadly, I feel like he's going to get jobbed out to John Cena at WrestleMania. It's just not fair. Miz deserves more. This match at WrestleMania is going to be, it's not officially announced a match. It's going to be a rumor asking me John Cena Bella versus the Miz and Maurice in a mixed tag match. At least get to see Maurice wrestle the first time in how many years? Almost 7 years. First time Maurice wrestles. But again, it's like Miz deserves more. He's been on a freaking roll, especially with the segments on on Talking Smack and on SmackDown. It's just he's been on a roll, and this week he did the same thing on SmackDown and Talking Smack. He just killed it. He just killed it. I feel like he could get jobbed after John Cena. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. It really isn't. That stuck throughout SmackDown. I think that was the one. Yeah, like I said, Shea Man and Daniel Bryan. It was that's like going on way too long. It again, um, that went on way too long. And then you're right, the Usos versus American Alpha. I told you that was the main feud going on because they weren't featured this week. May totally forget about that. I feel like that segment went on way too long, and it made them have to cut out the tag team, whatever they was going to do with the Usos and American Alpha. None of them were even on Talking Smack anyway, so it's not like they was trying to build the story there either. So it's like again, they cut it out because that segment went on way too long, in my opinion. Then we had again the Miz and Maurice promo. And then we had Randy Orton backstage saying that AJ Styles should be careful. Then we had Mojo Rawley, Dolph Ziggler, Mojo Rawley officially announced to be in the Andre John Orton Battle Royal. I'm assuming this is a Raw event as well. I feel like the Raw Series card, and I don't think this is just SmackDown. That'd be kind of stupid if it's just SmackDown. It's weird if it's just SmackDown. The Andre Giant Warrior Balance, the Andre Giant Warrior Battle Royal. So what the hell Braun Strowman going to be doing? I feel like Braun Strowman's going to win this match anyway. So what the hell is he going to be doing? I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm assuming it's going to go for Raw and SmackDown. Dolph Ziggler in front of Dolph Ziggler. What happened? She used to be my favorite current day superstar, but Dean Ambrose took your spot, man. For those who wonder, my favorite current day superstars is Dean Ambrose. He is my favorite right now, current day at least. A huge fan of Dean Ambrose. But I don't know what happened to you, Dolph Ziggler. Used to be my favorite current day superstar, period. But I mean, your heel run is doing good right now. So still do more if you. Then we had the Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose. Kurt Hawkins say, let's talk about that. Baron Corbin, as Dean Ambrose is my favorite heel right now. I mean, I said as Dean Ambrose my favorite face right now, current day. My favorite heel has to be hands down Baron Corbin. I love Baron Corbin. Sorry, people say Baron Corbin has that factor to him that I feel it's going to be good. That their match at WrestleMania is going to be good, despite us not it's not announced yet. Him versus Dean Ambrose is going to be good match. Sadly, I think Dean Ambrose is going to lose the Intercontinental title, but I feel like they're going to put on a good match. Hopefully, he's not reduced to the kickoff show. Hopefully. The second was originally Kurt Hawkins also involved, but Dean Ambrose knocked him out. He called out Baron Corbin, so he was going to go to him. He gave Derry D's Kurt Hawkins one more time. Dean Ambrose kept looking for Corbin. Corbin eventually attacked from behind. He put that crate that you remember that I Quit match with The Rock and Mankind. He had those forklift things he put on Dean Ambrose. He couldn't move. It was interesting. I feel like that match could be like a Fall Count Anywhere Extreme Rules match at WrestleMania. So there's that. And then we have the Bliss rotation. Now it was announced during this Bliss rotation that at WrestleMania, Alexa Bliss is going to defend her SmackDown Women's title against every single solitary woman available on the SmackDown Live roster. What does that mean? That means Emery is going to come back and win that women's title because she's not going to do anything to win it. She's going to pin whoever's on the ground. Boom, Emery wins. She wins. It's going to be glorious. I feel like that's what they've been saying Marie for this whole time. It's gonna be glorious. Further. Yeah, then we had that Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss, Mickie James versus Becky Lynch, Natalia. Alexa Bliss won. Mickie James turned face by attacking her because she pretty much took her spotlight. And prior to that, Alexa Bliss apparently owed Mickie James a championship match for her. Mickie James helping her out. Alexa Bliss said, "No, you're not getting it." What? So Mickie James said, "Screw it. Might as well not be part of the team anymore." And she kicked her. So obviously Mickie James now a face, at least in my eyes. And then we had the main event, which was AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. This match was incredible, hands down. Again, sadly, I already knew this is pretty much filler. They had to fill up something because I already knew it was going to be Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt anyway. We just had to get to this point. Sadly, AJ Styles had to lose, so it is what it is. with AJ Styles. So I'll get to talking smack in a second. I'll go over what happened there. But let's just go to 205 real quick. Let's cover that. Also Naomi, she might be ready for WrestleMania. Who knows? So who knows? Before I go to 205 live. Alrighty. All right, so let's go over to 205 live real quick. Austin Aries open the show. Again, I'm so happy that Austin Aries on the main roster. Does he deserve more in cruiserweight division? I mean, they need people like Austin Aries and Neville in the cruiserweight division. A lot of cruiserweight division won't really thrive without these two heavy hitters or like big names. So it's actually good. Austin Aries says if anybody want to call him out, anybody want to fight him tonight, he's ready to go to show that he actually belongs here. And then it was later announced you can have Austin Aries versus Tony Nese in the main event. That was I already knew it was gonna be Tony Nese before they even announced. I was like, who else can be but Tony Nese? Drew Gulak, no, it was gonna be Tony Nese. We had Noam Dar and Avari Daivari versus Rick Swan and Jack Gallagher. Obviously, Rick Swan and Jack Gallagher won. At the end, though, it was flowers again, or it was chocolates this time. It to Alicia Fox. Noam Dar pretend like it was him, but we all know it's for Swan. I'm curious to see how that story goes. I feel like Alicia Fox can cheat on Noam Dar and get over Swan. Mitch Swan might turn heel. Who knows? You're wondering why I'm probably interested in story that has all the cruiserweights got at the moment. So I'm gonna stick with whatever they got with cruiserweights. Akira Tozawa versus Brian Kendrick. Now, it was supposed to be Brian Kendrick, but he's does it wasn't the Brian Kendrick. It was a Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick is obviously the man with the plan with his theme song. Actually it was a Brian Kendrick. You know, it was some random indie guy that they decided on Brian Kendrick for that night, and he carried us out and destroyed him. Pretty much that. Before I get to the main event, Neville did talk about there will be like a battle royal next. He was implying there'd be like a battle royal next week. The winner will become the number one contender for the cruiserweight title at WrestleMania. And then we had Austin Aries versus Tony Nese. It was actually a good match. First match seen Austin Aries on the main roster. Good. Tony Nese is very underrated. He is good. Tony Nese, he has the build and everything. I still don't believe he's actually a cruiserweight, but hey, Tony Nese is amazing. The stuff that he can do to ring with his size is amazing. Austin Aries shows why he is the greatest man to ever live. He beat Tony Nese, but Tony Nese did give him a run for his money in this match. So I would love to see a Tony Nese Austin Aries feud for Cruiserweight title. That would be interesting. Sadly, again, no Grand Metalik. No Grand Metalik. Let's talk about Talkie Smack real quick. Talkie Smack. It was fine. The main thing out of the Talkie Smack, besides the Miz Maurice segment, was actually um what they announced beforehand was that AJ Styles confronted Shane McMahon, and it's like the rumor match. Actually, I'll save that my opinions on that near the end of the show with AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. What my thoughts on that is. Let's talk about the Miz versus Maurice again. Maurice and Miz kept killing it on Talkie Smack. They killed it again. They were saying how look at all the stuff John Cena's done. Here's the thing: John Cena stole his wife. He stole Dolph Ziggler's girlfriend and Nikki Bella. And it's like again, Maurice brought up a good point. When Maurice was women's champion, she was longest reigning women's champion. Nick Bella was doing nothing. The second Maurice left, and the second John Cena and Nikki Bella got together, who became the longest reigning Divas champion? Nikki Bella. They brought up some good points. It was good. The next one, Team Jeremy Bryan, it was good. It was just amazing. Again, I feel like the Miz will deserve better. I feel like he's gonna lose to John Cena at WrestleMania, but it is what it is. We won this week. Again, AJ Styles did confront Sami Zayn saying like this is what you call opportunity. He pretty much got screwed. AJ Styles got screwed. He fought 3 matches just to earn his spot in WrestleMania, just get taken away from Randy Orton. So he got screwed. It's sad. AJ Styles deserves much more better. Sami Zayn did talk. So here's interesting thing. Sami Zayn talked about how what he feels about veteran superstars take WrestleMania spots for young superstars. Because as you know, Team Day is not even announced WrestleMania yet, but yet we have Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, a match that we got almost 13 years ago at WrestleMania. Now we're getting again at WrestleMania 33. Sami Zayn brought up a good point. He said, "Hey, if it brings in the audience, it is what it is. Would he like having in the main event? Obviously, who doesn't? But then, so I get Sami Zayn's point, where it's like, um, if it brings the audience in, same thing with The Rock, sadly, if it brings the audience in, who can complain? It helps the business at the end of the day. That's all that matters. And I completely understand his point. So there's that. I wish Sami Zayn, I mean, again, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg does not need a universal title, in my opinion, but still, Sami Zayn is kind of being an Andre John Moore Battle Royal, but I guess at least he's will be doing something. For NXT against this guy, whatever. We're gonna turn NXT. I'm about to go over NXT in 1 second. Big Show pretty much congratulating Braun Strowman how good he is. Oh yeah, they announced a UK Championship live in this happening in UK, which will bring the UK stars and 205 live stars from the event. They'll be wrestling on there. That's good. I like to see Joseph Connors again wrestle. He was good. Tyler, it's weird. I don't know what they're doing with the United Kingdom with the UK title or anything that they're doing with the people. It's so weird. I personally have no idea what they're doing. Hopefully somebody, because right now Tyler Bate hasn't really done anything. He still has one match on next to the United Kingdom title. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're waiting for their show. I don't know. I think they might announce it after WrestleMania. I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully we have a better idea after WrestleMania what they're doing. Because I personally can't tell you what they're doing with the UK title. I don't know. Before I get to NXT, I think I'll close with my WrestleMania card thoughts. Talk about NXT. I don't see anything else newsworthy. I think we're about to talk about NXT because I don't see anything. Yep. Actually, before we talk about NXT, let's talk about the WrestleMania poster, shall we? I'm going to bring this up on the screen so you guys can see this. The WrestleMania poster. I actually saved it. Let me bring it up right now. No, hold on. Where is it? Let me bring up the WrestleMania poster. Actually, I can't pull up this way, so hold on. Let's show the WrestleMania poster. Alrighty. Yep. Okay. As you can see, this is the WrestleMania poster, official one. It's a cool poster. I'm not going to deny that. Shows all the main people from Raw, SmackDown. There's a few issues with this. For example, you have the WWE Champion, Bray Wyatt. You know, the WWE Champion, the main title of your company, Vince McMahon. He's all the way on the side with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho deserves much more better than that. Then we have Kevin Owens, the former Universal Champion, the longest reigning Universal Champion, person who carried basically Raw brand for months ever since Finn Balor got injured the day after SummerSlam. He's all the way in the back. And so is AJ Styles, who held the WWE title for the longest during Smackdown brand when they got brand split. AJ Styles all the way in the back as well. But yet we have Shane McMahon, who is technically who's not even announced to wrestle at WrestleMania. He's in the front before AJ Styles. Then we have Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, who are part timers anyway, in the front with the Undertaker. I have no problem with the Undertaker because again I'm biased. Undertaker's my favorite wrestler, so I want him to be in the front anyway. So it's whatever. Yeah, Baron Corbin all the way back there. It barely seems like he's trying to like sneak peek. He's trying to sneak just get himself in the picture. Yeah, New Day on the side, which makes sense because they're a guest. This WrestleMania poster. I don't really complain about posts too much. It's just why is AJ Styles always in the back? Same thing with the Royal Rumble. Why was he always in the back of the damn? Why was he so far in the back of the poster? AJ Styles deserves way more. It's just ridiculous. These part timers are literally taking the spotlight away from Kevin Owens and AJ Styles and Bray Wyatt. Look, Bray Wyatt, he's a WWE champion. He's all the way over there on the side. Here's your WWE champion, your main title. The title's been with this company for almost 50 years. He's all the way on the side. You forget that he's the WWE champion. It's unbelievable with this poster. If anything, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg should have been in the back. Granted, you could have made them bigger, but at least people who should have been in front, in my opinion, should have been Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton right here. And then you would have had, Brock Lesnar and Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg because they were facing the Universal title. Those four should have been in the front. Brock Lesnar, it should have been like this. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, Undertaker, I guess, in the middle. And then you would have on this side, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton in the front. And then you should have had AJ right here, Triple H right here, Seth Rollins right here, Roman Reigns right here, makes sense. Then John Cena should have been right here, and then you have organize everything else. But it's ridiculous, ridiculous for the card for us. How that poster? But hey, it's just a poster. It's not the end of the world, I guess. But it is what it is. It is what it is for that. Yeah, they've been on NXT. They were supposed to have a show on the network, but I don't know what. Yeah, like I said, the UK show, I have no idea what's going on with the UK division. Hopefully, we just see more of them. I do like those people. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Mark Andrews, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, he's great. And Joseph Connors. I don't know what they're doing because I literally have no idea what they're doing with the division. Really don't. Let's get into NXT real quick. Then we're going to talk about what I feel like the current thoughts from WrestleMania. I think we're going to end the show for today. Okay. Basically, what happened was it was Ty Dillinger, star of NXT, Tyler versus Eric Young, which we thought it was going to be. Because what ended up happening is that Eric Young supposed to go in the back. We thought it was get one-on-one between Ty Dillinger and Eric Young. Instead, Sandy brought out Roderick Strong so that he attacked them. They tried to make sure. Ty Dillinger, Jose tried to make sure Roderick Strong was okay, so they decided to go at Sandy, but obviously Sandy has the numbers, and it didn't work out. I like Sanity. I really do. I feel like what's going to happen with Sanity is eventually they're all going to hold the gold. Eric Young's going to have the NXT title, Nick Carlson had the women's title, and Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane is going to have the tag title. They look like a stable that's going to have all the gold. In terms of Ty Dillinger, he is my favorite NXT superstar right now, currently on NXT. Besides, Shinsuke Nakamura is fine, but he's currently my favorite NXT superstar. He's been my favorite NXT superstar for a while, but he is my favorite NXT on NXT right now. So hopefully, when Shinsuke Nakamura goes to main roster, it's about to happen. I feel like at WrestleMania, it's about to happen. Ty Dillinger becomes the main face of NXT, and Bobby is the main heel on NXT. Hopefully, Ty Dillinger becomes the NXT champion one day. Hopefully, he deserves it. We're just moving on. My page will load. Then we had Ho Ho Loon versus Andre Cien Mas. It's funny, got the Ho Loons on 205 Live. It looks like, I mean, I knew the Bollywood boys got put back developmental with NXT. I already knew that. I didn't know. I had no idea Ho Ho Loon was gonna be on here. He's supposed to be on 205 Live. They still have him in the show opening for 205 Live, making him imply that he's still on 205 Live. We have yet to actually see him wrestle. But this was a good match. I'm trying to see Mas. I feel see after Beirut, I think the next top hill. Actually, I'll take that back. He's the third top hill because you still have Eric Young Sandy. He's the second top hill in terms of singles competitors, at least. You have Audrey and Tomas. He has come a long way because it was disastrous booking when he first showed up. You put him against Ty Dillinger, who's gonna get chair over him anyway, and then you put him against Beirut, who, again, what do you think was going to happen with that entrance? What do you think was going to happen? Andrade and Amos never had a chance, but luckily he found his footing as a heel. Oh, does some stuff happens that's good for him. Oh, he might get a feud with. I guess I love to see a feud between him and Ty Dillinger. That should be interesting. Or him versus Roger Stronger. That was actually a good match. Hope we get like a proper feud between both of them soon. Hulu Loon, again, I thought she was a 205 Live. Then you had Billy Kay, Peyton Royce versus Ember Moon. Ember Moon pretty much destroyed Billy Kay. Billy Kay did put on some good offense. Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, they have also come a long way too. They were pretty much nobody's women division. Again, the women division suffered in NXT anyway ever since the four horsewomen left. And then all you have is Asuka just killing everybody. But I feel like the women are stepping up now. You have Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, who are pretty much the top heels in the NXT for the female division. And you have Nikki Cross. Now you have Liz Morgan, Aaliyah, and then you have obviously Asuka. Nobody can hold a candle to Asuka. And you have Ember Moon. And it was announced during the show that Ember Moon will take on Asuka for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver Orlando, which is going to be an interesting match. And I think it will finally mark the end of Asuka's undefeated streak, as well as the longest NXT singles champion, who's I think she's like a long NXT champion period, about to beat the Ascension's record. I don't know. Oh yeah, like I said, I think Ember is gonna win because I think Oscar's also gonna be on SmackDown too. I don't think she's going Raw. You already have like Charlotte and Sasha there on Raw. Cause then the issue with Oscar is that they booked her too good. They booked her too good. She can't easily be defeated. I feel like better for her to go on SmackDown. She could run rampant through SmackDown and become SmackDown Women's Champion. It's like they booked her too good to be on Raw because the issue is, are you honestly gonna let her beat Charlotte and Sasha? We know she could be Bailey. We know that she could be Nia Jax, but they really want the Vince McMahon really want Asuka to destroy Charlotte and Sasha. I don't think he's gonna do that. So I think she's gonna go on SmackDown first. At least I think she's gonna go on SmackDown. That's just me. We had the revolvers that the early brothers would never actually happen because the Office Pain came out, and then afterwards the early brothers, who have no idea who the fuck they are, and they issued the challenge to Office Pain next week. So it's like, okay, whatever. We had a promo package for Aleister Black, just to get Tommy in. Glad to see him. Hopefully he shows up. And then we're going to the main event, was TJ Perkins, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura finally came back. It was a good match. TJ Perkins never had a chance. Anyway, again, TJ Perkins fell from grace. Shinsuke Nakamura picked up the win, and it was announced right after that Kaz is Ono versus Survivor would take place next week. You already knew. However, the winner of that match will face Shinsuke Nakamura for the NXT Championship at NXT Takeover Orlando. That was pretty much NXT. Solid show. Can't say much. Anything else that you go over before cultivation area? WrestleMania, Jake Roberts. I'm just going through my notes real quick on this wrestling website that I get most of my information from before I actually get to my WrestleMania thoughts so far in the current card. Then we'll call it a day. I don't know what that was. don't know what that was. Just reading. Oh yeah, Dan Bryan. Apparently, his contract ends 2018. He did hit that talking smack that he was going to wrestle again, hopefully in a year and a half. So he might leave WWE in 2018 so he could go wrestle again. I don't think he should. He has a kid. He's getting a kid now. Like, come on, man. Your run debut is so perfect. You know, those last 2 years kind of horrible. Not for you, but just the fact that he was injured, so he couldn't do anything. It's like, come on, man. Uh Again, about to already debuted at Impact Wrestling. Apparently, Kurt Angle has a network special interview coming on WWE Network. But Hardy did say he was in negotiations with Vince McMahon. He might show up WrestleMania 33. Doubt it. No, I highly doubt. I'll be shocked. I think we might just go to WrestleMania. Dog, I don't see anything. They just saw that interview and how good his year was in 2016. I'm reading his interview saying how his pants were. Uh, Interesting. Foley. Yeah. Again, I'm just making sure. Again, not really a lot of news that happened after that. Marginetti has apparently he's gonna do porn. Yeah, I guess. Weird. That was a random piece of news. Oh, you said who did they sign? A female wrestler named Kajira Hoja. Let me look her up real quick. I think I know who she is. She was on Lucha Underground, wasn't she? This woman. That's I think I know who she is. She was on Lucha Underground, right? Or was she? I don't know. She looked like somebody off of Lucha Underground. But that should be interesting. Getting some more Japanese women on NXT or WWE in general would be a good thing. So, yeah, interesting to see. Any other Japanese woman against Asuka should be very interesting to see, to say the least. I should say. And apparently, again, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, we all know Brock Lesnar is the rumor things that Brock Lesnar is going to win, obviously. Hmm. Like I said, announces the first UK Championship live event. I think we're about to go into my thoughts on WrestleMania card, and we'll end it for today. Can't see anything else interesting that happened. Luke Harper. Yeah, Luke Harper really did break through after he after Wyatt Fitting pretty much ended. He is good. Hopefully he becomes the Intercontinental Champion again. I think we might just about to go into and I'm actually shocked I did this whole show without anybody. This is my first time I actually talking myself for 2 hours, so that was pretty interesting. Thank you, Ron, and anybody else who decided to appear in the podcast today in the chat. I really do appreciate stick with me for this 2 hours. Really do appreciate it. Really does mean a lot. Chris Jericho's gonna leave after WrestleMania. The Fozzy will be back in June. Okay. Like I said, Finn Balor and Triple H returns to the ring this week at a live event. Rebby Sky did say that she's suing Matt. Tina is suing Matt and Jeff Hardy. We went over that. Oh yeah, next time I definitely gonna have you. Next week, tell you what, next week's show, if you want to feel like joining next week's show, definitely have you on there. Next week, yep, we'll make a plan next week. Kim on the show next week, man. 7 o'clock. I have no problem because again, I have no problem talking myself for 2 hours, but it would be interesting to have a different take on somebody who else talking to somebody. So, yep, no problem. Next week is a date. You will be on my show next week. Like I said, they made their return. Triple H and I think we're pretty much it. So I'm about to talk about my thoughts on WrestleMania card, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, because I don't see anything. Because you already told me the only time he already returns. I think that's it. Apparently, manager Hardy cannot use their broken gimmick right now at Ring of Honor because currently being sued. So, yep. I said Kurt Angle's interview is going to be on WWE Networks next week. Apparently, it's rumored that Brock Lesnar and Goldberg is going to end the show, which again, I feel like Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton should end the show, but that's just me. Eric Rowan is actually rumored to appear on WWE TV this week. He might appear on Smackdown to build up the Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. I wonder how he's going to be including all of this. The Wyatt family's pretty much ended. Uh, Adam Rose did announce that 2017 will be his last year in wrestling, so I guess he's retiring. And he already said the only time he returned. So look at this little piece of news. Actually, let's pull this up. Reba Sky. Rebby Sky or Rebby Hardy, I should say. I'm gonna put this on the screen so you guys can see this real quick. Actually, hold on. I didn't know I was not in camera focus. So let me put this on the screen real quick. Now, you can see right here, Rebby Sky, she wrote this thing on a series of tweets continuing battle against Impact. Here's what she said. Update. Teenage spinning spooky letters to cable providers, threatening to sue if they air the Hardys, trying to screw Ring of Honor and ruin wrestling for fans. Hardys just existing and providing for our family, mind you. I think they believe they own our birth certificates at this point. TNA trying to bring wrestling for all fans out of spite, but contracts are up. You let them expire, remember? Basically, she's saying, like, you let them expire, remember? You don't owe these boys. Irony is, Mass contract did not include exclusivity basically. Could have legally appeared on any television program while under TNA contract. Don't ever want to hear anyone talk about the burning bridges when this move, which fucks Ring of Honor K revivers, lead to most ashes behind. TNA would rather destroy business relationships with Ring of Honor K rivals for the sake of trying to fuck the Hardys. Think about that. Who's going to want to work with you now? I mean, the exception of Gold Force Special guys coming to Impact Wrestling for $20 towards Greyhound Fair. Damn. 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 Ron Simmons. Damn. And this doesn't lead to. I want to see when they're going when they're in court. I want this broadcasted live. This girl is amazing. I want to see her talk more. That is hilarious. Wow. Yeah, you told me, Ron. You told me. Jesus Christ, this was interesting. Wow. 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 This I she needs I need a video camera in this courtroom with TNA no her. I need a video camera just for her. I want to see her go off. This is amazing. Like my God. Okay, Chris Masters apparently placed Jack Swagger at defended secretary supposed to be able to still with WWE. Ideal time to get a return. I think we're gonna talk about my Wrestlemania stuff. Yep, let's talk about WrestleMania, the current card. Now I think we'll end the show at this. So yeah, we'll end the show after I talk about my thoughts on the WrestleMania current card. I'm only going to talk about the matches that are officially announced. And next over time, we're going to talk about all the other matches that are announced after that. So we're going to talk about the stuff that officially announced. So officially announced, we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. As far as I know, it's both Raw and SmackDown, but SmackDown may seem like it's only them. So, yeah, the only two confirmed people is Mojo Rawley versus and Apollo Crews. I feel like Dolph Ziggler's going to be involved. It's Raw superstars who all definitely Sami Zayn. And Braun Strowman. If Braun Strowman's involved, he's going to win the whole thing. It's obvious Braun Strowman's going to win the whole thing. So, yeah, there's that with the Andre John Moore. I can't see Samojo in that match. That makes no sense. If Samojo's in the match, I think Samojo's going to win. Right now, made it way SmackDown made it seem like it's the only. So whatever. Alexa Bliss versus every available SmackDown women's competitor. We don't know the exact match how it's gonna be. It might be like a 6-pack challenge. There's only 6 of them, so it might be that. But it's gonna be for SmackDown Women's Championship. Again, my prediction is regardless of who's in it, E. Marie's gonna be in it, and she is going to win the whole thing by doing absolutely nothing. This has been the build up since day one since E. Marie went on the SmackDown brand and did those entrances, but she didn't do nothing in the entire match. I feel like it's been building up to that. E. Marie, SmackDown Women's Champion. You know, we haven't seen her for months. Luke Gallows, Cara Anderson versus either Enzo More and Big Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. This is a curveball. I feel like it's gonna be Cesaro and Sheamus. I can't see Enzo. The only way I see Enzo and Cass winning this is that if they do win, then at WrestleMania, Finn Balor's gonna come out and attack him because Enzo More and Big Cass, they are their friends. So the story's there. The story is there. So I'm calling it. If Enzo and Cass wins on Raw, then I feel like what's gonna happen is Cesaro and Sheamus is gonna break up next week on Raw. I can easily see that happening. I can easily see that happen. Cesaro and Sheamus breaking up. I can easily see that happening. You know, they're the best. They're uh, one of the best acts in Raw right now. So I can see that happening. So if Enzo and Cass win, I feel like WrestleMania is gonna the Balor's attack in his own castle. He stabs himself as a heel. I can see that happening. Bailey versus Shaw versus Sasha Banks. Again, I feel like Nia Jax. I'm not gonna say too much about this. I feel like Nia Jax is gonna get involved. So I'll wait till next week to see what happens there. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States title. This match deserves to be it should be for the Universal title, but this match is probably going to elevate the United States Championship even more. This match is gonna be probably the next best match on the night besides cruiserweight matches unannounced so far. Chris Jericho, this story was going on for 8 months. I love it. It's finally going to conclude at WrestleMania. Why not for Nate? It's interesting. This is one of the few times this rivalry did not actually involve the title. The title just elevates it more. But this feud did not. If you told me Chris Jericho with Kevin was going to have WrestleMania without a title, I would have been sold on it. Regardless, because the feud's been so good, it doesn't need a title. The fact that it's the United States title makes it even better. But I feel like this is the first time rivalry is not even just about the title. It's more about that. It's about betrayal. And just had United States title on the line as well, so it makes it interesting. Again, this match is gonna be good. It's gonna elevate the United States title. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Again, I the match is not gonna be more than 5 minutes. We all know Brock Lesnar is gonna win. If it's more than 5 minutes, then I'll be shocked. Hopefully, when I come back here next week, I have more to say. Raw, whatever happens to Raw. So there's that. And hopefully it's the main event. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton just because they deserve it. For WWE Championship, it could go either way. It can really go either way. The only way they should. I don't know. It's just getting Nakamura might debut at the Bray Wyatt. I cannot realistically see Randy Orton winning this. Because what will this do for Randy Orton? Randy Orton, you're already like a 11th-time world champion. You don't need to win this. Put over Bray Wyatt. He deserves it. Bray Wyatt can go on and have a good title run after WrestleMania. The story again, just like Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, I feel like these stories are parallel. They're not exactly the same. The base is there. They were in an alliance basically together, but the story is somewhat vastly different. Basically, the whole point of Randy Orton teaming up Bray Wyatt to get back up at the end of the day, and he pretty much did it. He pretty much broke up the Wyatt family. Luke Harper is gone. So for the Wyatt family, so Bray Wyatt did his job. So the only thing left to do is take Bray Wyatt's WWE Championship. So there's that. Again, this should end the show. Randy Orton has that right since he won the Royal Rumble to main event WrestleMania, and Bray Wyatt has that right as WWE champion. Your main title to be the last entrance on the show for WrestleMania. They should end the show, regardless of how big Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar is. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton should end the show because Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble was just that simple. If let me say something. If Bo Dallas or Darren Young would have won the Royal Rumble match, regardless, they should end the show. That's just tradition in my opinion. I know tradition is meant to be broken sometimes, but I don't care. If you win the Royal Rumble match, you deserve the main event WrestleMania. If you're a champion head of WrestleMania, you deserve to have that last entrance head into at WrestleMania. That's just me though. I feel like they should end the show. And that's pretty much my thoughts on WrestleMania card so far. Hopefully it shakes up after this. But that's pretty much it. This is my first episode of Credit Talks, guys. Thank you guys for watching. For 2 viewers that have been here this whole time, I think it was only really one. Thank you, Ron Crane. Again, I really appreciate you being here for these past almost 2.5 hours. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with me for being here for almost 2 hours when me talk to myself. Thank you, Jose, for showing up to the chat too. Really appreciate it. And it's your discussion next week. I am gonna have you on the show, Ron. It won't just be me talking for 2 hours straight. You can discuss some good stuff with wrestling. Otherwise, guys, if you like today's video, you can hit like, subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this podcast, this is live podcast going to happen every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the plan, at least. Probably won't have the only time Saturdays won't happen. Might actually be a little bit earlier. Is when Takeover Orlando show. I might have to move that podcast a couple hours earlier, just the time I'll have you able to watch Takeover Orlando. But besides that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So Thank you guys for watching. Crater signing off. I should do my really day. This is Crater signing off. Catch you guys later. See ya.